Smith.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And welcome back to our podcast where we educate, motivate, and inspire you to break free of your limiting mindsets in marriage, faith, and finance that hinders your ability to create the life you desire. Today, we're talking about 5 common mistakes believers make when they're yielding their life to God. Okay, when they finally said, okay, God, you are the Lord of my life. I say yes to your will, yes to your ways. You direct it. Okay, now we're going to speak from a place of transparency. We're going to be real, raw, and honest. Okay, so that is what you can expect from this episode. And then we're going to show you how we course corrected those mistakes and how we're walking now in our purpose fully. Okay, but before we get started, if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe. If you have not joined the family, join the family. All that good stuff. You ready, Poppy?
Why not?
Why not, right? This purpose.
Yeah.
This is purposeful work.
Yeah.
Purposeful work. All right, so you want to start, just go straight into it with the mistakes. The number one mistake.
What's the number one mistake?
The number one mistake is expecting instant results.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to let you start. Tell on yourself, and I tell on myself. Because I think everybody make this mistake when we say yes to God.
Yeah. Yeah. I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Expecting instant results. Mm-hmm. Like when we pray. Let me say this too. When you pray, stuff start moving. It start moving immediately. It start moving, but when you go with that doubt and all that, this and that, it go back like it was, like it almost like it go back. It's like I sent that towards you, but since you doubting and fearing and all that, I got to take it back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was handing. It's like if you like a parent handing something to a child, and the child start talking crap.
Oh, okay.
You pull it back.
Yeah.
You
ain't getting my money.
You ain't worthy of this. You ain't worthy of this. But yeah, as I sit back and think about that, we all do that. We just, when the Lord tells us to do something, we think it's supposed to happen instantly.
Right, because we said yes to God.
Yeah, because we said yes.
Yeah.
And I can attest to that, because a lot of stuff that when I said yes to God in 2020, but I didn't fully submit and fully accept the calling to 2022, July 2022. And I thought things were supposed to jump off and be right, be good immediately. Lord, I'm following you, and you need to work immediately. Immediately. And he like, no, I got a lot of stuff I need to break off of you. He's still breaking stuff off.
Whew.
Still breaking. I'm like, come on, Lord, what you doing? We're in that wilderness phase. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wilderness. We ain't hit the promised land yet. He's still breaking. He's making sure we good and breaking stuff off and killing them old mindsets and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
And the mistake I made in this was thinking obedience is the gateway for instant breakthrough. Like I thought, because I'm obedient to what you're telling me to do, God, even though I don't want to do it, I'm being obedient, I'm sacrificing, I'm submitting under the authority of your spirit, right?
Yeah.
It should be an easy breakthrough.
Yeah.
Like what you're telling me to do should be easy. I should just go ahead and do it with flying colors. Everything should be lined up. I shouldn't have no trial, no tribulation. It should be easy because I'm obedient, right?
No. That ain't the way the Lord works.
What I have learned is God develops you before he delivers you.
Yeah.
You have to get developed first. So when you say yes to God, you go through the process of becoming. You go through the process of being developed. So now he's showing you who you are. He's showing you some things that is in your heart that lay dormant. He's showing you your strength, your weaknesses. He's showing you who you really are. So you can see it, and then now you can course correct it, right? So now he's going to deliver you out of it, right? So one thing I had to understand is, just because I said yes to God doesn't mean it was going to be easy. Doesn't mean that everything he's telling me to do is going to be A, B, C, D, straight pat, right? And how you course correct that is God's timing is not his promise. Trusting God's timing and not his promise. That's how you correct it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have to trust that when you say yes to God, you trust in his sovereignty. You trust in who he is, his powerfulness, right? His omnipotence, all the good all the good characters of God. But we fell short in trusting his timing because we think his timing is our timing.
Yeah.
We think he operates in the realm of the world, of what we operate in.
You lean into your own understanding.
Right. And
Proverbs 3 verse 5 and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight.
Yes.
But we go with our own understanding. Like, a lot of, I'll be asking you sometime, baby, why you think the Lord did this? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know why he did it. I don't know either. I'm trying to figure it out. Don't try to figure it out because you ain't gonna fully figure it out till after it happened. And you be 3-4 months into it, you be like, okay, that's why that happened. This why I put this person's number in my phone. This why I was, doing this, or this why I was doing that.
You gotta trust his promise.
Yeah.
It's like we're easy to say, God, I trust your promises, but not his timing. Mm-hmm. God's timing is not our timing, just like his thoughts is not our thoughts.
God's ways is not our ways.
Yeah, his ways is not our ways. Yeah. But we're holding on to your promise, and as you hold on to the promise, the timing is gonna come.
Yeah.
So one scripture that pointed that actually stood out to me was, "Let patience have its perfect work."
Yeah.
Let patience do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because patience is the fruit of the Spirit. That is something that you have to develop. That is not something because you said, I do, and surrender your life to God, that it's going to automatically come. That is something your spirit man have to develop within you. And how do you develop? By going through.
Yeah.
By learning patience. By going through the trial, by getting put in situations and circumstances that's going to require you to have patience. A lot of times we think, God, just give me patience. Oh, God, I've just been praying for patience. Watch what you pray for. Because God is not going to miraculously drop patience into your spirit. He's going to take you in the process so you can learn that this is what patience is. This is how I operate in it. This is how I use patience. This is why I use it. So we go through the process not just because to get to the final result, but to operate, to know why, to know when, to know how to use that thing. So yeah, that is one of the mistakes believers make. The second mistake believers make is letting emotions lead faith.
You ought to be good with that one.
Don't do that. Letting your emotions lead your faith. Am I good with that? Am I good?
Okay. Yeah, you got a couple of stories you can tell.
Anywho, so my mistake was, y'all know when I get to looking down and playing with my fingers, my mistake was, if I didn't feel God, I felt like maybe he wasn't with me. Like if I didn't feel the goosebumps or his presence, you know how you feel like you just have a feeling that, God, that's you. If I didn't feel God, I feel like
emotional.
He wasn't there, right? And for this whole year, probably the start of last year, he has been teaching me that don't go off the feeling of his presence. I have to go off my knowing. Yeah. I have to have a knowing that what his word say he would never leave me or forsake me is true. Yeah. I have to get that in my heart, and I can't go off of feelings, because if I go off of feelings, that's gonna ruin my faith, right? Because feelings change. Feelings cannot dictate our life. We can't let emotions drive our decision making, drive who we are, what we're going to do, because it's going to change. So you have to go off of knowing that God say, I will never leave you or forsake you. Yeah. Knowing that God say, have faith in this thing and it shall be done. All I got to do is believe in it. Knowing the word of God and having faith in that and letting the word of God become your new belief system and not your emotions. Listen, it opens the door. Opens the door.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can't tell you how many times my emotions crept up and I just want to just do something to somebody or I'm just saying, in this walk you be like, nah, I can't do that. What would Jesus do? Stuff like that. Them emotions, they get to creeping up. You're like, man, I really want to do this here, or even say something to my wife. I even wanted to cuss her out or something.
Oh, you want to cuss me out? The audacity? What?
Hey,
God?
Over with the kids as well. Just strangle them. You know what I mean? Like, them emotions, they get to creeping up like, what would Jesus do?
You got some deep emotions.
What would Jesus do, though? Let me talk. This child has got on my last nerve, but let me talk to her. Though. Let me talk to her in a normal tone of voice and see if that works. And sometimes that don't work. You gotta just sit get loud with them and this and that. But we have 2 girls, so sometimes you just got to take the emotion out of it and walk in the spirit. You understand what I'm saying?
You're supposed to walk in the spirit at all times.
You can't walk in the spirit at all times. It's impossible for everybody to walk in, because we here on earth. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get in your flesh sometimes. So it's sometimes you just got to get out of them emotions and just walk in the spirit. Because what would Jesus do? I had to look at her sometimes and be like, you know what? You're on my last nerve, but I'm gonna give you a pass because Jesus told me to give you that pass.
Because Jesus giving you a pass.
Exactly. He
Grace
gave,
and mercy.
Hey, he gave me grace, so I got to give you grace.
You gotta
too.
extend it, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead on extend grace. And a lot of times, I'm not gonna say a lot of times, almost every single time, it turns out to be the best decision. It turns out to be the best decision. Because I could just walk away in peace and be just so peaceful. Just so peaceful. Yeah.
Because you letting God be God.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point. When we say yielding your life to God and saying yes, you letting him be God of your life.
Remember that day I rebuked you?
But we ain't going back to that. We ain't going back to that, okay? Because I'm still salty over there.
I could have got in my feelings on that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story real quick.
Why? We ain't got time.
I forget exactly what she said that ran me out that day, but I rebuked her. We was in the kitchen. The kids was in the kitchen eating. They was in there eating. And she said something. She hollered up and said something. I said, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. And I walked out. I walked out the house. I left out the house immediately. Left out the house. I had to make me a drink and everything. I was so upset. You know, I'm not gonna say that. I wasn't upset, but I just need to go and cool off. Because if I would have stayed there and talked to her some more, I would have got emotional or whatever, and you know, I don't know where it would have went. You know, might would have said something I had no business saying. But then the kids was there as well. So, you know, you definitely don't want to let them see you arguing, you know, and this and that. So I left my drink and went outside, and she come outside and brought my drink out there to me. So that's her way of saying, well, she set it down on the car. She didn't bring it to me.
Right, the car was 2 steps from you. You was 2 steps from me.
She didn't bring it to me per se. You know how y'all females do. Y'all will go up, you know, I'm still, even though I'm mad at them, I'm gonna still make him something to eat, you know, or something like that. That's how she did. She called there, set the drink down, and then came on back in the house. Didn't say nothing to me. I was like, yeah, Lord, I see what you're doing. And what happened?
Don't worry about it. We ain't on that.
When the Lord rebuked you, what happened? What the Lord told you that day?
Don't worry
do you
about
remember?
it. Just know
the
that
people want to know.
We told this story. Go watch another one.
Babe, just their first time watching this.
No, it's not.
Huh?
No, it's
just
not.
their first time watching this.
It's called conviction.
Yeah, he gave you that conviction, huh? And then when the Lord convict you, you just gotta just be like, okay, Lord,
because
I was wrong, and just
because at the end of the day, you surrender to God. That's what He do.
Exactly.
That's just like a parent. Like God is our Father.
Yeah.
A father-daughter relationship. That's how I view my relationship with God. Mm-hmm. As I correct my kids, He's going to correct me.
Yeah.
As I tell my kids right from wrong, He's going to do me the same way. Mm-hmm. It is up to me to take that conviction and do better. Yeah. It's up to me to do it. Yeah. Right? I can't make my kids do. I can't make myself. I can kind of beat them. But that still ain't gonna, if they still have it in their mind that they're gonna go against the will of what I want for them or go against me, they're gonna do what they want to do, no matter if I beat them or not.
But they just gonna keep getting beat though.
But this is the thing, beating is not gonna do nothing until they have a change of heart. Yeah. That's just like saying, God, well, if my child don't get it right, they said yes to me, they keep failing, they keep doing this, they keep ignoring the conviction, they keep ignoring me and the relationship I'm trying to build with them. I'm just gonna take them through hell. Mm. Well, guess what that's going to do? That's going to turn them away from God versus turning them to God, because they're now blaming God for the hell that they've been through. Mm. God, I surrender my life to you. Why am I going through this hell? I thought it's supposed to be easy. I thought once I said yes to you, it's supposed to be peaches and cream. Mm. Right? Yeah. So it goes back to those mistakes we made.
Got some peaches in that nice box.
Anywho, you changing the subject. The third mistake. Yeah. Comparing your journey to others. Like, we get in trouble so big, especially with social media being so influenced. Yeah. It's like you would look at a person that you don't know nothing about. All you know is what they show you on social media. And then you want to compare the journey and feel like you're not enough. You feel like you behind. You feel like you didn't hear God correctly.
Feel like you're unworthy.
Yeah, because you're comparing it to their journey, and all they're showing you is what they want to show you. Mm-hmm. You don't know if their journey or what they're actually showing you is called by God. Yeah. You don't know if they're praying like they say they are. You don't know if they're in their prayer closet. Everybody wants to have a Christian business. Mm. Everybody is putting God first, God first, God first. Listen, if everybody's putting God first that's on social media, why the heck the world is the way it is? Mm. Why are we going through so much hell on earth? Mm. If everybody's truly putting God first and surrendering, I can't even talk. Surrendering or yielding their life fully to God. Listen, people only show you what they want you to see. They only show you the mask the things that they want you to see, the things they want you to think about them. That's what they show.
Yeah.
So stop comparing your journey to others.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how long you said I do to God or how short you said. If you just said it, listen, don't compare your journey. Walk out the process. Build your relationship up with God. Let Him move you along.
Mm-hmm.
Let Him direct your steps.
Yeah.
Let Him tell you how far you have to go. It's a process. It's a journey. So yeah.
Let me say this. Disruption always follows intention. There's always going to be some disruption there when you get intentional about doing anything. You get intentional about following the Lord, there's going to be some disruption there. Because guess who disrupting? The devil. He coming. He coming at you full blast. Same thing when you get married. When we got married, the devil he was busy. He didn't want us to stay married. Anytime you get intentional about going to the gym, anytime you get intentional about reading a book, taking a course, anything that's going to better your life, the devil coming. He coming. When you go to read that new book, no, don't read that book. Go lay down on the couch and watch TV. You didn't want to read no way. Because you know that book is gonna help you in some kind of way. You know you're gonna get some wisdom for reading that book, but you didn't want to read it no way. You wanted to go lay down on the couch and watch TV. So, that book go by 2-3 weeks, a month, or whatever. It's just still sitting there. You just keep looking at it like, I'm gonna get to you, but you just stay in there and you still ain't got to it. Anytime you get intentional about doing anything, it's gonna be some disruption now. Yeah. What you got?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Number 4.
Okay.
Moving along. Short, sweet, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Yielding some of your areas and not all. Listen. We only want to surrender certain parts.
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna wear the cross. I'm gonna speak God. I'm a bomb. Like, what is it called? Bomb drop.
Drop bombs.
Yeah, but the name of God. I'm gonna drop your name everywhere. I'm gonna proclaim you.
Name
right?
drop.
Name drop.
Yeah.
I'm a name drop you, Lord. I am a disciple. Yeah. I am a Christian, right? We got that area. But what about our career? What about our relationships? What about our finance? What about surrendering those areas to God?
A marriage.
That's relationship, babe.
Okay.
Yeah. What about fully surrendering those? Because those are the areas that we don't want to surrender and fully trust God in, be the areas that He operates the most and heal in and deliver in.
Yeah.
Because He knows that's what we need. A lot of times we hold on to those areas because we really don't know what it's like to fully trust God.
Yeah.
We want to have some kind of control, some kind of knowing that, hey, if I still have control over this, at least I know the outcome, some part of the outcome. Yeah. But God is like, when you say yes to me, when you say I am the sovereign king of your life, you now take on my assignment. You now take on my will, my ways, my thoughts. So that means surrendering every area of you, every single area, not just the area where you just look good, where everybody can see, but the area that you're hiding deep down where nobody knows but you and God. What about those areas? So the mistake a lot of people make is surrendering some areas and not all of them.
Yeah.
That's it. You got.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
He don't want partial access, y'all. He wants your whole heart.
Yeah. I remember when I had first retired, I wanted to trade in the stock market. I want to go be successful in the stock market. And I surrendered and said, Lord, I'm gonna do what you want me to do, but I was still carrying my will, what I wanted to do. Okay, Lord, I'm gonna do what you want me to do, but I'm gonna do this too. I'm gonna do this. No, you're gonna do exactly what I want you to do. Guess what? I wasn't successful in the stock market. He gave me the trading strategy after struggling for so long, probably a year or longer. He said, yeah, you keep struggling. I got, and then when I asked him, I said, Lord, I'm struggling. I went to him one day. I hadn't lost, I don't know how much money, but I went to him. I'm like, Lord, I'm struggling. Help me. He gave me the answer the next day. Next day, he gave me the answer. He said, this is the way I want you to trade in the stock market, because I don't want you sitting in front of a computer all day. I want you to be carrying out my will. I need you to be talking to people on the phone. I need you to be in people's DMs, talking to them about joining the mentorship. I need you to go over here and do this. I might just tell you to do something and you don't even know why you did it, but I just need you to go over there.
I need you to go.
And I can't have you just stuck at this computer. So you trade like this. You trade like Warren Buffett trade and just let the trade ride. And that way you can move around and maneuver like I need you to maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's crazy when you said that when you was trading,
Yeah.
because partial surrenderance give you partial peace.
Yeah.
You didn't have no peace in it.
Nah, it wasn't no peace.
It wasn't no peace.
Hey, but once he gave me that Warren Buffett trading strategy, it was peace. It was peace because I didn't have to watch it. I could just sit back and just let it go. It was peace there. I'm like, man, okay, I should have been doing this all along.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it say, in all your ways acknowledge him.
Yeah.
In all.
And he was like, I had the answer for you all along.
Exactly.
You just didn't come to me and ask me about it.
No, you asked him, but you still want the hold on, God. I'm gonna surrender in this area, but this area I still want control.
Yeah.
And everybody is doing it, so I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing. You know, so I ain't gonna surrender this part. I'm gonna go into the stock market because you told me to do, go into the stock market.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do it your way.
Yeah.
Because everybody else say do it this way.
Yeah.
And everybody else is showing their highlight reels.
Yeah, they showing they making $1 million a year and all that. I say, Lord, they making $1 million a year over there, man. What's going on? He say they showing you the wins, they ain't showing you the losses.
That part.
I'm like, man, come on, man.
Who showed the losses? Like, how many people really?
It's a couple of them out there. No, it's very few of them.
It's very few.
Yeah.
Because they don't. It's crazy because a lot of people don't understand when you're real, raw, and honest. People will gravitate to you more and trust you more versus you lying to them. They finding out, and now you lost a customer, a future customer.
That's why I like Wall Street Trapper. He showed his wins and his losses.
Yeah.
He said, man, I lost $500,000 in the stock market today. I'm like, whoa, bro, that is crazy.
And then I can see how you overcome that, how you come back from that.
Yeah.
Like, let me see your journey. Don't just show me the ups in your journey. Don't show me the wins of your journey. Show me the highs and the low of your journey, because now I know you real. Now I know that, hey, if I'm going through it, you're going through it. This is common. This is something everybody is going to have to go through.
Exactly.
Like, come on now. Be real, man. Yeah. Listen. Last one. Believing fate cancel struggle. Believing that your fate will cancel the struggle.
I think we talked about that throughout this whole episode.
That's why I did this last. Listen, thinking that hardship mean punishment. Yeah. That was me. Yeah. I was like, God, I have faith. I believe your word. I believe you told me to shut down my salon. I believe you told me to come home. I believe you retired me. I believe what you told me.
Yeah.
Why am I struggling?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you ain't fully surrendered.
Why? And then it's crazy because I feel like this was punishment. Yeah. Like I didn't hear you correctly. Yeah. Like God, like now I'm questioning if I heard you correctly or was that my own mind, right? So it's like, man, believing does not cancel struggle. You have to understand that. Yeah. It's not going to cancel it. We're going to struggle in some areas because, well, we are weak, he is made strong. Yeah. If we didn't have no areas to be struggling with, the word wouldn't have been needed then, right? Because in our weakness, we are supposed to mask. Like we're supposed to
keep talking to him.
No. We're supposed to rejoice in our weakness. Yeah. Like we boast. That's it. That's what I was looking for. We're supposed to boast in our weakness. Why?
You're not supposed to boast in your weakness, but you're supposed to boast in your and say, let the weak say I am strong. Yes. So you boast in saying I'm strong when you're weak.
Yes, but what I'm saying is boasting as if God, I am weak. I am a limiting being. I am at fault. Paul said, I'm filthy. I'm dirty. Listen. I am a bad man in a sense, right? Yeah. But I know the God I serve. I know he is best. He is good. He is stronger. Yeah. So boasting in my weakness so God's strength can be made strong through me. That means acknowledge your weakness. Yeah. Don't sit there and just suppress it or just cover it up and just think it's something else. No. Acknowledge your weakness. Acknowledge your limitations because we operate in a realm that is very limited. Yeah. And then let God's strength be made strong in that area. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And stop thinking that hardship means punishment. Yeah. It does not mean punishment. It just means you have to go through. It's a journey. When you say I do to God, it's a journey. It's a journey to build your capacity up for the things that you've been asking for, the things you've been praying for. A lot of times we be praying these prayers and God show us visions, but when it's time to build that capacity up, we want to run. We want to doubt the word that God gave us. We want to doubt the prophecy that's been prophesied over us because we don't want to go through the process of building our capacity up. Because at the end of the day, God does not operate on a realm where he will just give you something that will be detrimental to your walk, detrimental to your purpose. Yeah. He ain't going to give it to you. Because what glory will he get from that? Yeah. From you falling. Yeah. From you failing. What glory will he get from that?
You don't get no glory.
None.
None whatsoever. So he gonna let you go down. He gonna bring you up too, though. You know the thing I think about that I struggled so much with in these last 3 years is just not knowing when the money's coming and stuff like that. Not knowing when it's coming from. Because let me say this: as an entrepreneur, you don't never know when the money, where the money is coming from. You have an inkling that it's coming, but you don't know it's coming. You can do all of this, putting ads out. You can be telling everybody and their mama about it, but it's still up to the people whether they're gonna buy your product or not. And God can put it on their mind and say, "Don't buy it. Don't buy it right now." I need them to struggle a little bit longer. I need them to come to me, come talk to me, and then I'm gonna bless them when they come talk to me. And that has been the hardest part for me because I'm so used to just going to work and getting that check on Friday. Did that for 21 years. 21 years. Even though I had stuff going on the side, I was still just going to work and getting money, going to work and getting money. But then when the money is up here, I'm like, okay, all right. But when it's down here, I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on?
What is this, Lord?
What is it?
What did I do wrong?
What's going on here, Lord? You come on, man. What's going on? I'm like, what you doing? What you doing, Lord? What we doing, Lord? Am I doing anything wrong?
Yeah, you saw it, yeah.
Yeah, Lord, do you need to do I need to repent? Did I do something wrong? You're like,
yes.
no, you good. You good.
I'm building your capacity up.
I'm building your capacity to be able to handle this on a larger level.
See,
and it's still, to me, it's like, man, Lord, but I ain't supposed to be going through all this here. Am I? He's like, yeah, I got you right where I need you. I got you right where I need you. So when I do bring you out, you got that story. You got that revelation. You can tell other people that, hey, man, I remember when the lights got cut off. Mm-hmm. But the Lord, but God,
but God moment.
He did that. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well. And it's not even that. I can tell you what it's like. This is how I look at what we go through in our journey. Well, my journey that I'm going through. Mm-hmm. I look at it is because I know my capacity is low. Yeah. Compared to the blessing and the vision and the desires God put in my heart, mm-hmm. right? I know that. And I look at it when I go through, these 5 mistakes that I, will make. Sometimes it'd be 2 or 3 at one time, right? When I go through these mistakes, yeah. I come to the end goal that, man, all this is doing is building me up to become who I want to become, who I said I want to become. Yeah. I'm praying to God. God, do this. God, give me wisdom. God, give me knowledge and understanding. Well, watch what you pray for. Yeah. Okay? Because he's going to give it to you in a way that's not ideal to you. Yeah. If you want wisdom, guess what he's going to do? He's going to put you in a situation to exercise to give you wisdom. Mm-hmm. He's not just going to drop it in your spirit and like, I got wisdom. No, you're going to get put in situations. You're going to have to walk through the process, walk through the journey to get that knowledge. Mm-hmm. You just can't read a book and just think you know everything. No, you're going to have to put that knowledge to test. Mm-hmm. Understanding. He's going to put you in situations where you're going to have to exercise your patience. Yeah. All the fruits of the spirit, yeah. You're going to have to do that to get a full understanding.
You're going to have to exercise all
that. You're going to have to. So I realized, like, God, what you're doing in my life now, you're building my capacity up. Mm-hmm. And all I can say is, okay, I did this. I said I surrender to you. So that just not mean surrender to the good. That just not mean having faith when it's easy. Yeah. But still holding on to you and your faith and your promises, even when I feel like it's bad. Yeah. When I feel like I'm in the wilderness, dark, deep down, I'm buried. Right? But it's still holding on to those promises because I know at the end, you know what's good for me. Mm. For I know the plans you have for me, Lord. Yeah. So that's what I had to realize.
Yeah. And I had to realize that you got to just rejoice all the time. Mm-hmm. Regardless if you're going through the good or the bad, you still got to be rejoicing.
Rejoice.
And you told me that many times. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Why did he say that 2 times? Paul said that 2 times. He said, you need to rejoice always. I will say it again. He made sure he put that extra emphasis on that. Rejoice. Mm-hmm. Let's keep rejoicing. Do not be anxious about anything. He said that. Don't be anxious about anything. But as we keep just walking with the Lord, just walking with him. Sometimes it get a little hard. Because you can easily just, with you and your carnal mind, just go run off and do something. And go make some money or do something slick, you know how we get when it ain't looking right. We'll go over here and let's do this real quick. No, because you you're gonna end up paying for that 2 or 3 times, maybe even 10 times. So you got to be very careful when you're walking with the Lord and you just want to just do things for just quick gains and stuff like that. They say that all throughout the book of Proverbs. I can't think of the exact verse right now, but it just say don't be quick for nothing. Be slow to anger, slow to make money, because he who gathers money little by little is, they're gonna keep it. Mm-hmm. But he who rushes to get money quick, it's gonna disappear.
They're gonna lose it.
They're gonna lose it. So guys, I hope y'all got something out of this. Because we're definitely walking. We continue to walk, and if you want to continue to walk with us, keep coming back and checking these episodes out. Because we're gonna keep continuing to telling y'all about our walk. I'm 44 years old. She's what?
An age. A number.
She's 36.
Age ain't nothing but
she's
a
36,
number.
so
I'm about to be 37 in July.
I'm glad we jumped on here and started doing it at this age. A little bit of we've been on here 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we jumped on here, at the 2.5 year mark or whatever. It's supposed to have been done many years ago, but we're not gonna dwell on that. We just gonna move forward in this. And as we keep moving forward, come on, walk with us. Come on, walk with us, and that way we can minister to you guys and tell you about our struggles and what we've done wrong. And let me say this: anybody that's always telling about all the wins and they ain't never telling you nothing about no losses or no times they fallen and nothing like that, don't follow them.
Yeah.
You wasting your time with them people. Because the reason being is because they lying. They lying. I'll just be straight up with you. Everybody that's always having wins and they'll never have no kind of losses, they lying.
Right, because the word say you will have trials and tribulations.
You will have trials and tribulations. Everybody,
you can guarantee that.
Everybody have trials and tribulations. Everything is a season. We all go through seasons. There's gonna be a season when you're gonna be up here. It's gonna be a season when you're gonna be down here. And you might be down here on a higher level, but it's gonna be some season where you're down. But anyway, guys. Yeah.
Yes, guys. So if this episode spoke to you, to your spirit man, listen.
Your spirit man.
Your spirit man.
Yeah.
Share it with a friend. Leave a comment. What mistake have you been making, and how can you correct it? How can you course correct that mistake?
Yeah.
And just share it in the comments, because you never know who it might help that's watching these videos. We want to create a community where we're engaging with each other and helping each other. Yeah. That is the whole point of us making these videos and having a mentorship and having a community. It's for us to get around like-minded people that is moving and breathing and doing the will of God the way He says it. Yeah. Just fully surrendering our life. And we're going to fall short sometimes, and we're going to need a community to help lift us back up, to help guide us. So that is the whole point of Addicted to Greatness Education and Company. Because you know what? We are a community. We're getting it together. So share this with a friend, drop a comment. And this is what I want you to understand. If these have hit you, mistakes have hit you, and you like, woof, God, that's me. Listen, God ain't mad at you. It ain't punishment. He just reforming you, right? He's breaking you down and building you back up. Yeah. That's all it is. And then when you surrender to Him, you got to go through the process. Nobody can skip it. Yeah. Nobody. Even Jesus went through the process before He said, when He got transfiguration, when He said, this is my son who I'm well pleased. He still had to go through the process that led up to that. Right? So, that's it, guys.
Nobody want to go through the wilderness.
But everybody wants the promised land.
Yeah, we all want the promised land. We don't want to go through that wilderness phase, though. And as you sit back and look at that story of the Israelites as they walked through the wilderness for them 40 years and made it to the promised land, you got to realize that's how everybody is supposed to do. When you start walking with God, you're gonna walk through that wilderness. It's gonna be a wilderness phase there, and it's gonna be a wilderness phase whether you walk with Him or not. But once you start walking with Him, everything's, like I say, disruption always follows intention. Them distractions and everything is gonna come up. Yes, that's why they took them so long to make it to the promised land, because they kept getting distracted. And we all get distracted. So it's just up to us whether we stay there with the distraction too long. Some of us stay there too long. And some of us just, I was distracted for them few minutes. That shiny object syndrome. I was distracted for a few minutes. Now let me get back on course.
Yes.
Yeah.
One more thing before we're going to close out. Yeah. Hey, guys. Don't forget to check out our Addicted to Greatness community. Yeah. We're here to help you grow in your faith, marriage, and finance. You do not have to do it alone. Exactly. We are here. We have mentorships. We have a community that's already have over, I want to say, what you have about 20, 24, 25. 22. And I just started mine 2 or 3 days ago, and I already have 3 people in my mentorship. Listen, we're not doing this alone. You don't have to do it alone. Help is there. God is sending you this. If you're looking for a sign, this is your sign.
Yeah.
Get the help.
And also
Get
too,
the guidance.
Also too, we're doing marriage mentorship as well.
Yes.
So if you married, you know what I'm saying, or you looking to get married, you and your significant other looking to get married, come on, get that mentorship as well. So
that part.
Yeah, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.
Bye, guys.